Hello, I was gonna do, ooh, the heater's loud. I was gonna do this as a live and then just save it to my Instagram, but then I realized that lives are mirrored and I wanted to make sure that whatever I'm showing is flipped. And then I also kind of thought about like turning my phone during the live, but then I was like, I can't see myself, I don't know what's happening. So we're just gonna do this raw, uncut, probably just gonna upload it. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I look a whole mess, but that's kind of like the casualty of it, and being creative is not about being perfect at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm just a rambling mess because I haven't filmed anything with purpose, like that I know is going to be like repeatedly seen in a while, so I'm kind of all over the place. But anyways, I'm going to do a 2020 bullet journal flip through. I've been wanting to film this for a long time actually, but I don't know, I didn't feel like setting up my camera and then like editing a video and then like I don't even know how to like film videos anymore, like putting music and making it all nice and pretty. So we're just gonna do the casual thing, and I personally find these casual ones to be more enjoyable because it feels like we're having a one-on-one conversation. Less boring, more raw. Anyways, let's begin. First, we're gonna start off with the cover. I'm not gonna talk about it too much or really at all because I talked about it in my May bullet journal setup when I was like first making my first like bullet journaling kind of thing, and then I never followed up. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Then we're just gonna, I guess most people plan their like things that they're going to talk about specifically better because there is a lot and I'm not going to be able to talk about every single thing, but you know, we're just gonna wing it. I usually don't do the first page the very first time I work on a new bullet journal because it's a lot of pressure to put a first page. And so what I've done in the last 2 years that I've been doing it is I put something that I want to carry with me throughout the year, and not necessarily something like a resolution, but kind of just something that, you know, like is inspiring. And usually it kind of stems from the latter portion of the previous year, and you kind of carry that energy. And I think that's, you know, I don't feel like we need a super fresh start and to start something new. But anyways, the point is that this is what I put in the beginning of my 2020 bullet journal. I found this picture towards the end of 2019. I think it's from We're Not Really Strangers. It says, I'm going to receive everything I desire. All the right people and opportunities flow to me. I have made space for them in my life. And I just felt like at the time that I was creating this, that was something I still believe, but like I was really trying to teach myself about, like, not, this sounds like crazy, but like the law of attraction and like the energy I put out into the world is what's going to come back to me, and like stop worrying so much, because I still try to control situations, but I don't try to control situations that are out of my hands, if that makes sense. You guys have probably seen this already. This is just my calendar future log. Future log got really messy. Last year and the year before that, which is the first year I bullet journal, I always make the mistake of making these so little, and I realize I actually do not that many things, but I have a lot of things planned in advance, so I just needed more room. And if I ever flip through my one from this year, I'll show you how I changed that. Then I have a Love on Tour saving thing. I'm not going to show you, you can kind of see it. There's a lot of personal information on here about finance, and I don't really want to disclose that. But yeah, last year I planned to save money for actual tour, which was supposed to be last year, like later in the year, but it never happened. The year before that, in my first bullet journal, I actually was saving up for tickets for this tour that I was saving up to go on, if that makes sense. Then we have my year in pictures. I can show you that, just this side though. You're not allowed to see that picture right there, but yeah, so we go from here to here, January, February, March, start again next row, April, May, June, July, and yeah, you get the gist. Next to it, I have my beginning happy moments and my affirmations. I can't show you my happy moments because there's personal stuff in there. I'm pretty sure there might be a highlight of it, just like some stuff scribbled out, but if you wanted to see that in my highlights, go check it out. But my affirmations, I usually don't have resolutions. I just do things that I want to continue or feel that I haven't yet done the year before. And I know people say that you should have like quantitative goals because it gives you steps to follow to do a thing, but I just feel like there's just things that I need to apply in my life. So my affirmations for last year were that I will treat people with kindness, I will rediscover my artistic passion because I was kind of in a dry spell for a really long time, I will take care of myself physically, I will be confident in my emotions, I will increase productivity, I will receive what is meant to be, and I will be alright. Which, you know, I feel like I will be alright sounds really scary, or that I needed a lot of reassurance, but sometimes you're so caught up in the mix of life that you just kind of need something, or like a version of yourself at an okay state telling yourself that you can get back to that point. So yeah, those are my affirmations. This year, or like every year, I just try to incorporate the affirmations that I have not yet fully succeeded at, like being major practices in my life. Like I will treat people with kindness. Like I feel like I've gotten to a point where, like, not that I'm like the best person, but I'm at the highest peak of kindness I can be. So like anything that I haven't yet accomplished, I'll just reincorporate that into the next year, and then maybe add something new if I find myself struggling with something. Then I'm already talking, it's 6 minutes. See, if I did this on live, I would have been nervous because people were watching me live. Quick pan, January, you guys have seen it. This stuff is in the highlight. I'm kind of just gonna go fast. This was initially what my weekly spreads look like. We just have boxes. Usually people do columns like this, like 7 columns across and just random stuff, but I found that like that's the traditional bullet journal style, or like a lot of people do their weekly spreads like that, but for me it just wasn't enough room across. I felt like my stuff was really cramped, and so yeah, I switched to a format like this, super big. It's just very obvious. You're gonna see it's just different variations of the top font and color, and just the box, and see really busy days. But yeah, so January was gray, shades of gray. Random spreads in between. I can't show you the budgeting side, but here is one of my just random spreads, because I learned last year to make spreads that you need as they come, not in advance, because then you feel sad when you don't use them. So I needed a place to sketch something for a project, and this is how the star was born. So obviously inspo, and then I just had to pick one, and then I ended up doing a really rough sketch of the star. And then here is the last week of January, so slash transitioning into February, so that's why we have some blue boxes right here, because the next month was Fine Line February. Not one of my favorite things, but I was just, you know, starting the year, and the beginning of the year, the spreads are always rough. So we have Fine Line February. It's not the cutest thing, but the intention was there. We got some manifestation area, some brain dump area. I don't use manifestation as much now because I'm like pretty self-aware, but when I felt like I would get lost in the stress of life and I needed like certain reminders, or like to like motivate myself, I would have a manifestation and focus area where I'd kind of just jot things I need, like you don't need to be perfect, I will drink more water, just like things, you know, to personally motivate you. And then I just have brain dump where I just kind of scribble random things. February calendar, very plain, simple, just a basic calendar. Obviously blue and pink accents. This is in the Fine Line font, by the way. This is really fun. I'm pretty sure this is in my highlights where you could see it in more depth, but this is my 18th birthday spread. Super fun. My first lottery, scratchers. Yeah. And I have a letter to myself, which I think when I turn 19, I'm gonna read this, because she had some high hopes for 2020, and then, yeah, Again, you're seeing the same weekly spread thing, change the font a little bit. Every week, it's kind of just a little bit different. Here is something, another example of just like make spreads as you go. Needed a weekly spread, wasn't ready for the week, so I kind of just threw it up on here. And then this was my self-schedule for my US history class that I had to take online by myself, which is ironic because now I do all online because of the pandemic. More weekly spreads, always the blue box, just changing the pink a little bit every week. And then we move on to March. March was cherry themed. This is one of my favorite themes, I think, just the color palette. And it was just really fun to make. And I remember filming a lot of really cool videos for it. You could see better pictures of this on my highlights. Cherry, we love it. Obviously very Parisian, very soft love. But also like some heartbreak influence. And then manifestation brained up inside the cherries. Here's a big calendar. Thought this was really fun. This is the first time I like cut out like this in the shape of letters, which I thought was really fun. And then same box thing, it's just the boxes for this one are brown, and then the inside font is red. I'm not gonna show this part right here because it's really personal, but this was my mental health spread, which helped me a lot when I was going through it. So I just have a lot of, you know, really nice things to tell yourself. And when other people say it, or like when you see it in other things, it kind of, I don't know, it's just a really nice reminder. We got Fine Line and like the part where he's like, where the music gets really happy. And then Harry's obviously a really good reminder to just keep going. So here's him blowing us kisses at One Night Only. And then for the rest of March, I kind of switched it up. So instead of tan boxes, I did green. I'm just always changing the font a little bit every time. And then for the last day, I didn't have anything, so I just put that right there for fun. And then we have Adore You April. We got, you know what? Now I kind of like this. At the time, I didn't really like it, but the manifestation part, the brain dump part, and then budgeting, because I needed it because we're in the middle of the pandemic and I just started buying stuff randomly because I'm crazy like that. That sounds like I'm not like other girls, but like it was just getting out of control because I was just home and online and I just could shop all the time. This was also when online school started picking up because throughout March there was kind of really nothing. So it just looks pretty chaotic compared to March. We have little Aurora fishies, April, Fine Line font again, and then we just have like the Aurora color palette, which to me is like golds, navy blue, and then like a little bit of green, a little bit of burgundy, a little bit of orange. And then for this month, I made a TikTok about it, but it was really cool because I did a little Dutch door thing, so I could like put something cool right here, which looking at the setup, it's really interesting. I kind of want to try it again, but I did a lyric for every week, so walk the fire for you. We got some reds going on. Still that same kind of boxy theme, and you're going to see this transition when I start school. Rainbow Paradise, and then all the boxes, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, and then gray. Strawberry Lipstick State of Mind, and then we have my Style Smokes right here, which are coming to my shop, Cherry Moon Coven, very soon. But a different version. These ones are not that good, they're from Redbubble. But yeah, got a pink box, green words, and then I did this like really cool collage thing for the brown skin with lemon over ice because I felt, you know, brown girl rights. So I just a little bit of narcissism in there. This is really fun to make. I never done any layering like this, and I'd seen a lot of people do it before, but I just had never tried it, and so I tried it and I really ended up liking the result. Then we have yellow boxes, green font, and then I'm not going to show this, but you can kind of see there's a lot of writing here. I started this thing last year that I'd never done before. Not a new idea, but it's called Stream of Consciousness, and you kind of just free flow journal. That is something I'd never done before, and I don't know, I think a lot of us have inner thoughts, and I found myself in like previous years of my life either oversharing or bottling. So what I did is I compromised, and to prevent myself from feeling kind of icky about oversharing, I started doing this. And I felt like the difference between this and I guess like doing a diary is that I felt like the intention was less pressure, and that's why it's called stream of consciousness for a reason. It's where I could like release steam, feel like I'm like communicating my thoughts and they're not just sitting in my head, but I don't have to like tell someone, and you know, it's just really therapeutic. I would really recommend if you feel overwhelmed by your emotions, and that sounds like really negative, but if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, this is a really good idea. And the best part about it is, like I was saying, compared to a diary, because it is called stream of consciousness, you can kind of just start jumping from thing to thing without worrying so much about format. And that's what I found. Like, I never had a diary, but I remember as a kid I always felt like I had to like story tell my life, like that I was like, if I remembered a detail, like, oh, I'd have to erase and go back. So this is really good because you can kind of just like jump around. I like to date it, you know, just to kind of like see how I've progressed like with self-awareness throughout like the months and stuff. So that's really cool. This is some health stuff when I did intermittent fasting, which not a dietitian, please don't do anything that I talk about with my personal health here, but I just had really poor eating habits and would just kind of eat anytime, so I just had to train myself to not eat all the time, and that's how I was doing that. And then I have a weight tracker. Stopped doing that because not necessary. It's about overall health. And then I have some quarterly reflections. Yeah, just gonna quick pan over that, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, the quarters of the year. Some people do monthly reflections, but I feel like sometimes I have months where I don't learn anything, and what I use this for is kind of like a more cleaned up version of stream of consciousness, where I summarize my inner thoughts, things going on, my relationships with other people, which not too in depth because it's really self-reflecting, but you know, you kind of just like update on the state of your life. And I felt like 3 months was a good marker like for that. Oh, I don't know how my teachers can lecture for an hour and 20 minutes and literally not stop talking, because I'm struggling. I have another creative ideas page where I was kind of just going off, and what's so sucky about this is I had so many things planned that I wanted to do in school, because I was in this program where I just got to work creatively, and that was the point of the class, and I'd been in it for since I was a sophomore in high school, and so I was so excited to go back after spring break and get these things going before I graduated, and then I never did them. So there's just a bunch of random stuff there. I have another happy moments thing right here. I don't know exactly what's on this, so I'm not gonna show you it too long, but I just ran out of room on the other one, so I just started listing a bunch of them. And this is really helpful for gratitude. Like, if you find yourself feeling like life has no point, which I think for a lot of people that can come in a various amount of ways, and you want to just feel like grateful, like even little joys. Like I have things like, oh, I got Chick-fil-A, which Chick-fil-A we don't really stand anymore, but you know, it's just like things like that where you get moments of happiness. Like they don't have to be this big ordeal or anything. Another stream of consciousness. I try to make a quarantine routine. I didn't follow her. It's fine. It's cute though. Look at the top. It's cute. Yeah, I was starting to feel like a potato, but now that I've moved out and then I have to actually like feed myself and like I have things to do, actually, I feel better. Here we have Canyon Moon May. I'm gonna skip over this stuff, and if you would like the beginning stuff, and if you would like to see that, I have the other IGTV video up, so go check that out. But I'll just show you the weeks that I didn't show when I filmed. So this is one of the weeks. I was trying out this new thing, not that inventive, but like layering lettering, so it looks kind of 3D, and I really thought it was so cool. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it was really fun. And then some purple outlining. Again, you're seeing that same box pattern. And then this is where I started to change it a little bit, because I found myself, like, I'm towards the end of school, not doing any work, and I wanted my spreads to be, my weekly spreads to be 1 page instead of 2, because I felt like I was wasting a lot of space. So here's me trying out 2 different styles, one like this, and then this was what I ended up transitioning to, was this. It's really simple, doesn't take a lot of time, everything is so clear and cut, and there's more writing room in this compared to this. So yeah, these are the Canyon Moon May ones. We have a darker woodsy one, and then we have like a more celestial one. Yeah, these, even though these are very different, they're from the same month. I just felt like they had the same, like, I just pulled from what I felt Canyon Moon, you know. And then we have June. Even though I wasn't that passionate about this one, I think this is one of my favorites. I would definitely have to say my favorite cover theme is Canyon Moon May. Like, let's just talk about favorite spreads for a second. This is my favorite cover I've ever done. Felt really rewarding. But for June, it did Watermelon Sugar, because baby, you're the end of June. Got the manifestation section for this month. Here, this is my favorite calendar I've ever done. So rewarding. Makes me so happy to look at it. Did it take a lot of time? Yes. But if you just look at it and you're like, yes. Very fun for me to do. Did I ever show this stuff? I did a TikTok about this one too, so I'll go pretty fast. But yeah, we got Watermelon Sugar, we got the little Polaroids. This one's also, oh no, it's not Dutch Store. I thought it was Dutch Store, but so cute. This is actually the strip. Harry did like the Do You Know Who You Are but Watermelon Sugar, and this was actually the trim for those pictures, and I just elongated it and cut it out. And these are the watermelons from the promo, like the countdown bite thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, but this is supposed to be like the rind, and then obviously the watermelon. So, yep, and then we got the blue. I have another finance thing. This is has a lot of information on it, so I'm not gonna show it. But then I started a wish list because I needed to better manage my money instead of just spending it whenever I thought. So I just made a wish list of things that I want to buy myself, and it's still in existence. Like, I really don't buy that many things. Another stream of consciousness, but like Watermelon Sugar themed. These are what they look like, so you could see the transition because I didn't have school anymore. So we have 1 week and then another week. Obviously just rotating the colors. This is kind of personal, the letter, but this is my graduation announcement. Ooh, that has my high school on it. I don't think it matters though, because yeah, it doesn't matter. But there's some confetti from a Canon my parents got me, and I just wrote a little thing, you can't see it, but right there, about how I felt about the day. This is long. I've been talking for so long. We're already halfway through the year, so it'll go faster. And then here's the last week of June, and then I just wanted to finish it off with Watermelon Sugar thing, so I did the Do You Know Who You Are stuff, and these were my favorite ones, and like my Watermelon Sugar related ones. You're golden, because that was the first one I got for this era, like this era of Do You Know Who You Are, so I put that in there. At the end of June, your Watermelon Sugar high, you were happy, because that's nice to hear. The whole affirmation thing. And then this was my July theme. I actually have a playlist on my Spotify that kind of goes with this month, but it's Summer Romance in Italy, and it's just really fun. I was supposed to read a book this month because it was summer, but obviously I didn't. Yeah, you just have some cute little things. Love it. You can literally see these things in my bullet journal highlight if you want to check them out. I'm not going to show my finance part because it's personal, but here's the affirmation side. I'm not very good at goal trackers. I'm more of a long-term success kind of gal and not short-term, so goal track, like, yeah. Habit trackers don't work for me. Another weight loss tracker, never used that. Don't do that. Made this because I had an empty page for shifting, and let's just not get into it because I never scripted anything, and no. Here we go. August, we did the cardigan theme. Also started college, so I had to kind of adjust to having a schedule that was non-consecutive. Now I'm good and I don't have one of these, but you know, it's very helpful if you're starting college. Little sticker from Kobe. Her shop is the best, by the way, love her. If you want to check out the August stuff and my highlights, but I'll just pan really quick, I guess. Some of these I didn't show. Affirmations, there's personal things on the other side, but yeah. Some of my affirmations are really stupid sometimes because it'll be things that I just really need peace of mind with. But here's one of the weekly spreads. I transitioned back to this because I knew I was starting school, so I'd have more tasks. Obviously, you can see the rotating colors of the cardigan there. And then I transferred to this because this was just too time consuming to do every single box in a different color because I'd have to keep switching pens. So I switched to this. As you can see, it looks crazy in length compared to my other stuff. And you'll see eventually I have to transition because if you look here, there's just, I don't know, you can't see it very much, but me crossing things out, putting arrows because I was just a hot mess and I didn't know how to manage time. Oh, but also, just to speak really quick, this is the week from August transitioning into September. So I have September colors here, which was earthy tones. We did some 70s theme, but like the earthy part of the 70s. Did some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember the 21st night of September in the Harry font? Because that is just what my life revolved around. Not my best, but the heart was there in this one. Like, I can appreciate her for what she is, but not my favorite. I think September and October are my least favorite because September, October, February, and January are my least favorite because they feel the least full or the least intentional. But this is, I think my very, very least favorite is October because she just has no theme, it's just colors. But we'll get to that in a second. Not gonna show the finance. You can see if you want to see what my finance spreads look like before they're filled, just go with my highlights. I'm telling you, I have a lot of pictures on there. I'm just not sure what I show, so I'm kind of just skimming through everything. Again, look, completely gave up on using it because it just wasn't working for me. Like, I had to put due dates here, and I just had so many assignments in a week that, like, they took up the whole weekly to-do box when this is usually not that filled. It's things I just have to put here, so. This is when we transition. So I started this thing where this is 1 week. This is school, this is daily things. So what I would do is I would put my due dates here, things I would do, and I just kind of spread them out. So like, you see how I have a bunch of due here, but I don't have any due here. So like, maybe I'll like do them on like whatever day that is, and then turn it in here, even like turn it on this day, even though, you know, I just kind of had to teach myself how to spread work out instead of doing things on the day they were due, because I feel like high school is very like that, where you do it like the day you get it, and it's just automatically assumed to be due the next day. Whereas in college, at least for online college, it's like they give it to you, or you kind of have this like notion that you have to do it, and then you kind of have to spread it out yourself. So was struggling to define work-life balance. I try to do this where like some parts are work, some parts are relaxed, but it's literally impossible when you do school at home. Oh, this is the brainstorm for my shop, all the finances when I was starting that, because that ended up launching on Halloween. Again, all the September ones are the same, so I'm just gonna skip to October. October, I didn't have any themes that I was totally passionate about. So I just played around, and I wanted to do something fun because I felt like all my other colors were very neutral or just very put together. So I just did some fun purple and green, very minimal looking, very childlike, almost spooky, scary skeleton kind of vibes, because I just, I just needed a break. Obviously from September you could tell the burnout was there because this compared to like my other monthly spreads was not thing up. So I just let myself take a break. Fun colors so I can keep it like entertaining to the eye but not detail heavy. I'm not gonna show finance, but you can check it out on my highlights. I'm gonna keep saying that. Affirmations for that month. Some really fun stuff. And then weekly spreads are all the same, but yeah, so the 2 colors here, flip-flopped here, pretty much it for October. Very routine with the school thing. I think I found what really works for me, and I'm kind of just trying now this year, I've noticed, to like make it more fun for me to look at. But yeah, pretty much it. And then November, again, all or a majority of these in detail can be seen in my highlights, where you can see still pictures and drive inspiration from those. But I'm just kind of showing the like nitty-gritty parts that I don't feel like showing off. But we have New York November, heavily inspired by Mr. Timothy Chalamet, and the New York small part of me that just wants to be one of those girls that lives in a studio apartment in Brooklyn, but I don't. So some books, Holding Hands on the Subway, Rainy Day in New York, Mr. Timmy. Even though it's boring, I love how clean this looks. Just, that's November. We got some like navy blues. It was a really sad looking month because it was starting to get cloudy, and that was the kind of vibe I was like pulling from, was like rainy stuff. So I did that. I had a lot of stress this month, so I had to give myself a lot of affirmations in terms of school. Finances next to that. You can see there's pattern. Affirmations and finances are usually on the same two-page spread. Weekly spread. I just changed the color. Oh, not the stream of consciousness. That's what's here. I was getting bored, so I tried this like list thing, then it just kind of looked like a lot of wasted space, so I stopped doing it. Again, just kind of switching up the colors. So like we got gray border, blue text, blue border, gray text. And then I started, like, because based on my schedule last year, I never had work that was due on Monday. And if I did have work that was due on Monday, I would just say it was due on Sunday, like in the previous weekly spread. So that way I wouldn't be working on Monday, if that makes sense. So then since these are like lining up, I didn't have a Monday slot, right? So I just enlarged this and would put a quote just for fun. My Thanksgiving thankful, where I just kind of threw up all the things that I was thankful for. See, take care of yourself. So I was very stressed, I was. And then we are at the last month, finally. 30 minutes, I'm literally so sorry if you are watching this. This is gonna eat up my phone so hard, but we're just gonna upload it straight to Instagram when I'm done. Enough rambling though. Here is December. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. This, so fun. I'd never done something edgy like this, so this is really fun for me because you can tell my personality peeks through a lot of these, but I'd never done something edgy like this, which is really fun. I got white pens for the first time, so I started doing that, which is really cool. Same deal, just interchangeable colors, school, daily life. Since this was the last week of school, I kind of was just like, oh, I'm not having that many things to do, let's just do something fun. It ended up bleeding, but I just did simple boxes because don't need as much room, don't have any due dates. My golden rule is just to do one page, and then here just to finish off, because I didn't know what to do with this page, I just have a random page from the last week of the year, which literally only has New Year's Eve and our road trip to Vegas, which we were just in the car, we didn't do anything crazy. Disclaimer, stay home and wear a mask, everyone. I'm tired of this. Here's my Christmas spread. I'm gonna cover this up, but this is really fun. Did a favorite gifts. You can kind of, wait, I don't know what's under here. It's just, yeah. Anyways, new font style that I'm trying out. Little tag for my grandma, us on Christmas. I don't like how that looks, but what can you do about it? We're at the bitter end, everybody. My stats from the year, Spotify Wrapped, top 9 from Instagram, TikTok stats, just to fill up the pages. And then, flash really quick, I wrote a goodbye letter to 2020. 2020 was a lot, learned a lot, like a lot and nothing all at the same time. And I felt like that year I just had to write a letter for. So I just said a goodbye. And that is it for my 2020 bullet journal. Not gonna talk anymore. I don't think there's really anything I have to say. If you have any questions about bullet journaling, you want any advice, if you want me to talk about my recommended like tools, like a bullet journal starter kit, because I'm very minimal. Like people have a lot of brush pens, and if you want me to talk anything more about bullet journaling, comment it down below, DM me it. But other than that, if you want to keep up with my bullet journal from this year and not have to see this dump of thought, make sure to follow me. Keep up with my Instagram story, because usually every month I'll just post like little segments, or like every once in a while I'll post random things that I need to make in there. But yeah, that is it. This was my 2020 bullet journal. Can't wait to go along with 2021. I've already posted a few highlights from this year, I'm pretty sure, or I haven't. If I haven't, I need to do that, but there will be some stuff in my bullet journal highlights. So hope you enjoyed that. Sending you all my love. Treat people with kindness. I'm trying to think of things I want to say. This sounds so cheesy, but just like be a lover, dude. Like love the planet, love other people. Just, you know, do your best every day. Be the best version of yourself you can. I know it's a little bit tough, but I believe in you. And we're at 37 minutes. That's it. Love you. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you sometime soon.